Hi class, welcome to Introductory Psychology. I'm glad you're here. My name is Dr. Schulte, and a little bit about myself. I have been teaching at Xavier University for probably longer than some of you have been alive. 1993 was when I started at Xavier, and it is my pleasure to have you in this class. In this video, I want to introduce you to some of the aspects of this course, give you an overview of assignments, and just a little bit about policies of the course. So you have obviously found the Start Here button. Good job. So you found this video as well. And in this area, what you will also find is how to get a hold of the textbook. As far as the book, there are several options laid out for you. You can obtain a hard copy from the Xavier bookstore. You can also purchase online from Amazon. They have Kindle versions. I'm sure they have iPad versions as well. Okay. Kindle is an app for the iPad as well. They will. As far as another option, you can buy the book directly from the publisher, and keep in mind that you can also rent the book as well. Okay. What you'll also find is some publisher resources. As far as publisher resources, I strongly recommend that you use them. These include things like flashcards, like example quizzes, like some videos. Essentially, they're a great way to get to know the information better. Okay. This is not a graded component of the course. Again, it's part of your own independent learning. As far as the syllabus, it also appears in this section. Please read the syllabus very carefully. The syllabus contains more detail about course assignments, course policies. The course schedule is contained in the syllabus as well. Okay. And finally, in this section is a link to week 1 assignments. I've broken down assignments so that they appear week by week. Keep in mind that you can work ahead. There are specific due dates for each assignment. You can get your assignments in early. Please note, however, that late assignments are not accepted, and that is a very strict policy. We'll get back to that in a second. Okay. So what about assignments? What kind of assignments do you have in this course? Okay. Essentially, there are 3 classes. You have module questions, you have discussion questions, and also exams. The module questions envision short answer questions. That's the format that they will be in, essentially. And as far as those questions, the goal is to get you to read the chapter to ensure that you're reading and thinking about the material. Okay? Within each set of module questions, so there is a set of questions for module 1, there will be several questions. Please make sure you answer all questions for each module, as the grade on module questions, for example, for module 1, will be a 0 if you don't answer all of them. So you really have to answer all questions. You have to make that attempt. Okay? As far as the questions and your responses, you will post your responses on a discussion board. And as far as this discussion board, that's the purpose. There's going to be a different discussion board for each set of module questions. So you won't be replying to others on this discussion board, just posting your answers to the discussion questions. Okay? So that's those. We'll get back to that in a second. The discussion questions now. Remember, first was the module questions. Now we have discussion questions. Here's where I ask you more questions, and either it's flushing out information in the text a little bit more, or it's thinking about the information in the text, applying the information to your life. Okay? So once again, you'll be presented with questions, and please be sure you answer all questions for each module. And again, these are discussion questions. In this case, you will be posting your responses on a blog. Now note, for this assignment, not only are you required to post your responses to the discussion question, you are also to comment on 2 of your classmates' responses. All of your answers will appear on your same blog. So in other words, there'll be a blog that you create for discussion 1 questions. Those discussion questions are associated with the first module in the book. Okay? You'll post your initial answers and your 2 comments to other students' answers on that same blog. Okay? So that's discussion questions. The final aspect of grading is exams. All exams are multiple choice. They are open book. They are open note. You are given 24 hours to take an exam, but keep in mind all students get a different version of the exam because basically the program can do that. Okay? You'll get items in a different order. The answer options will be in a different order, and also keep in mind there's no backtracking on exams. So once you put your answer, that's your answer. You can't go back and change it. So you have the whole 24 hours to take the exam, but once that window is up, it's up. And if you're not done by that 24 hours, the exam will close you out. Okay? And that's something actually that I want to point out about all assignments. They're all up there, all module questions, all discussion questions are up on Blackboard right now, so you can work ahead. You can turn things early, of course. However, all assignments have a strict due date and late assignments aren't accepted. So for instance, for both the module questions and the discussion questions, the due dates are in the syllabus and it's 11:59 p.m. on the day noted in the syllabus. Once it hits 11:59, that assignment, so for instance, the discussion board where you're posting your Module 1 questions goes away. Okay, so you cannot post late responses. So please be aware of that. Please do not wait until even 11:45 p.m. to try and post your answers. Get them in early so you're not cut off, because the late policy is a strict policy. And again, you can work ahead. You just can't put stuff in after the deadline has passed. Okay. As far as if you want to get an idea of the course, in our kind of main menu on Blackboard, there's a week-by-week schedule for you, so you can look at all weeks of the course. I have the schedule in document form, where you have all the due dates, and I also have it in calendar form, and once you look at it in calendar form, you will note that essentially we have something due every day. Sometimes we have 2 things due in a day. So please make sure you keep up and check in often. Okay? As far as finally, if you have any questions, one of the policies in this course is the one before me rule. And what I ask you to do there is before you immediately ask me with a question, you seek out the answer on your own, either from the syllabus, from another resource on our Blackboard site, or from one of your peers. And that's why we have the Q&A Cafe. That's where you post non-personal, class-related questions to obtain an answer. Okay? And if you ask me a question via email, for example, my email is in the syllabus. If you ask me a question, I will ask you to show evidence that you abided by that one by me rule. Okay? So I want to encourage you, do interact with others, do ask questions, do post questions on the Q&A Cafe. I'm here to help you, I'm here to support you through the course. Okay? So I think that would be it for now. I'll look forward to looking at posts on the Q&A Cafe, and happy starting the course.